Hello there, it's Amy from moonmindology.com, and today I'm looking at the transits for November. So don't forget, if you are interested in a reading with me, head over to moonmindology.com and you can book an appointment with me. So let's move on straight into the month. So we have already had, on the 3rd, Mars was in Cancer and it was opposing Pluto at 5 degrees of Capricorn. So, of course, it may have happened on the day, but it is still an impactful transit for a few days either side of that, and could influence, potentially more period of time, because you've still got Mars opposite Pluto through the whole month, and actually it's continuing on. So Mars is debilitated in Cancer, and of course it's opposed the planet of complex power and corruption. So it sounds great, doesn't it? Of course. So debilitated Mars can create somebody who lashes out, gets angry, and is very vengeful, and you could see attacks, acts of aggression, and even strike action. And I do have a little bit of a feeling here that there could be something that happens that maybe interrupts or delays elections. I think there has been a little bit of anger and aggression around that. So this could be an event before or on election day. And I think everybody really needs to remain quite vigilant here. I have planets here too as well, so I have to be careful. And what you're really looking for is planets that are going to be from 3 to 7 degrees of Cancer or Capricorn. And all I can say on this matter is don't take risks. Don't ride a motorcycle through a fiery ring, or climb up about a building shouting "I'm Spider-Man," or don't do that anyway. But don't be extra silly. Pluto is in Uttara Ashada, and this is all about declarations of war. So we can see a lot of problems, and that can remain until it moves into Shravana, and that is going to be in March 2026. But this is interesting, as it's going to be directly affecting the ascendant of the French supreme leader, the French president, Emmanuel Macron. And more interestingly, Ali Khamenei's nodes are also here. So there could be something, that's causing a little bit of tension there. And then the USA chart has Pluto and Mercury in this position. So there could be problems in America. Then moving on to the 6th, Rahu is in Pisces, and that trines Mercury at 10 degrees of Scorpio. And this can create an expansion in the way of communications. There could be successful communications, or there can even be something being peddled by the media that is hyperbolic. Scorpio is about something that you can't fully see. It's under the surface, and there can be things that are being obscured and hidden, or there could be cases of just omitting the truth or the complexity of a situation. This is very watery, so there could be something that occurs at sea, or it could have religious connotations, or be something to do with a power struggle. Rahu is sitting in Uttara Bhadrapada, and this is the serpent and the dragon of the deep. And again, we have depth and watery elements here. And this is a cleansing fire as well, if there is such a thing. Joe Biden has his ascendant here, so he could be involved in something, or he could be forced to make some kind of speech regarding an event. And this will be the day before the election, so there could be something going on, a little bit of skullduggery. On the 8th, Uranus is in Taurus, quincunx Venus at the 1st degree of Sagittarius. So as I keep saying, Uranus is still on a goal, and it's still with Venus, and this can create problems with negotiations, contracts, and there can be sudden changes that create problems. Uranus is sitting in the nakshatra Kritika, and this is very, very harsh, and it's associated with sorrow, violence, as well as false accusations. And this is a nakshatra of war, and with Uranus being here, there could be sudden outbreaks. Unfortunately, Uranus is staying here for the whole of 2025, so there's going to be flare-ups here and there. Macron and Putin, they have some planets here, so there could be negotiations and contracts that are suddenly changing behind the scenes as well. On the 10th, Neptune is in Pisces, and it's square Venus at 3 degrees of Sagittarius. And this is very romantic, very dreamy, and you have to remember that it's also very indulgent as well. And it also includes meanings of confusion and illusion. But it's a great day for glamour, but be careful with indulgence. Neptune is still in the nakshatra of the Serpent of the Deep, and so there can be problems out at sea. And there's a lot going on in Sagittarius as well, so there can be events that impact universities, laws and religion. Donald Tusk has his ascendant here, so Donald Tusk is the leader of Poland, and there could be some problems. Egypt's leader, he's also impacted, but he has an outer planet here, so I don't deem that as to be as impactful. But it's a leader's chart, so there could be problems with political tensions, riots, assassinations, and, you know, maybe a bit of hacking, which doesn't seem as insidious as the other things, but probably still is. So, 18th. Uranus is in Taurus, opposed to the Sun at 1 degree of Scorpio, and there can be sudden changes to leadership during this time. And there can also be events that impact banks. I do think that there is some kind of change going on in the financial situation around the world at this time. So the Sun represents gold, and Scorpio is about banking, specialists. So you could see some kind of financial problem for a nation. Which one are we looking for? Well, the last location of a few eclipses is over the America, and that is both North and South America. That is vulnerable, but North America has been eclipsed twice in the last year, so that's significant. Also on the 18th, Jupiter is in Taurus, opposed Mercury at 24 degrees of Scorpio, and this is activating the axis of business, specialists, bankers, and this is a little bit more positive. Or is it? 2 benefics. Yippee! But they're enemies. So you can create small problems with infighting. So just be careful of squabbles on this day if your planets are aligned with this transit. The USA chart has an exact aspect to its Saturn in the 10th house. So there could be something to do with oil going on. But this will most likely be a big public deal that is illuminated. And this could also be solutions to monetary problems as well. And again, problems with political infighting, delay, and there could be problems with getting results on the election as well. On the 20th, Rahu is in Pisces and it's trine Mars at 10 degrees of Cancer. And this is an interesting transit as Mars is still going to be receiving energy from Pluto. So this could be very aggressive, very big, very shocking. Xi Jinping, he has his Ketu here, which could create some kind of scandal or fear-mongering in China. The son of the leader of Japan is also aspected here, so there could be an event in Asia. The leader of Saudi Arabia, he has Venus here, so he could find that there's some contracts that are going slightly wrong, or there's something happening here. Also, we have King Charles and his ascendant here, so he could be impacted. But how is this going to manifest? I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of leaders that are impacted, and I really don't know what to say. But, you know, there could be some violence on this day around this time. I don't like the fact that all these planets are lined up here. So be careful if you do have any planets in this portion of the sky, especially your ascendant, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Mars. And of course, Joe Biden could be involved as his ascendant is here as well. On the 26th of November, Rahu is in Pisces and it's trine the Sun at 10 degrees of Scorpio. And this can make things very extreme with leaders and also impact the gold and financial situations. Again, so much going on in Scorpio, and it impacts banks, specialists of all sorts in that financial area. 10 degrees is getting hit a lot. So that's the nakshatra of Anuradha. And interestingly, this is a soft and mild part of the sky, but Rahu expands and the Sun is at great heat and it's very extreme. So there could be some secrets and something shameless going on as well. And we've also got the fixed star, Dashuba, or Shuba, because I think the D is silent. So that's there. And this is a fondness of power, but also a viciousness. perhaps a leader will be attacked, or there will be a shameless decision that results in some kind of disgrace. And we have to bear in mind that Joe Biden and Netanyahu's ascendants are very close by, so they could be pulled into this. But yeah, I'm sorry to say it's another turbulent month, and I really think that election is going to kick off a lot of problems, and it could even be delayed. Although at this point it's not looking like it will. All the early elections have started, but I want the Americans to feel safe, because I am worried that something could happen on these voting days, and voting will be starting anywhere from 6 a.m. in Vermont, so I'm kind of thinking we have a kind of ascendant in Libra for this, and that will sort of cover the interim period until the inauguration. And there's a debilitated sun on the ascendant, which is great. Pluto in the 4th, so that's house of home and country. Mars is debilitated in the 10th house, which is public appearance. So the world could be perceiving America as angry and aggressive during this time, and there could be some power over land as well. And what I'm wondering is, are we looking for maybe infighting, or potentially some kind of terrorist attack? Or whether there could be an order from America on another country. But hopefully we are pleasantly surprised and nothing bad happens. But it is kicking on in the Middle East, and I am a bit concerned that it can get a little bit heated during this time. I think there might be some crosswords, but I want you to stay safe and go out, do what you have to do, but don't take risks. And be cautious. Be cautious. Always be cautious in a healthy manner, not an unhealthy manner. But thank you very much. I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.